So in this video we'll see about braking methods of synchronous motor. Why braking is required? So without braking what will happen? So once motor is running, if you need to speed down or control the speed, or if you want to stop, so we need to apply the brakes. So without brakes motor cannot control the speed. So here we have different types of braking methods. So one is regenerative braking and dynamic braking. So what is the difference between these two in synchronous motor drives? We'll see. So regenerative braking cannot be used for stopping or decelerating a load. So this is one of the disadvantages of regenerative braking. So these things we can avoid by dynamic braking methods. So dynamic braking is obtained by disconnecting stator from source. So supply we are disconnecting the source, right? Connecting it to a three-phase resistor. So resistor we are connecting to the supply terminals. Automatically the current will reduce and flux will decrease, and automatically the speed will decrease. So this is how we are applying the braking methods to the synchronous motor. So this is the diagram of dynamic braking equivalent circuit. Here we can see resistor R is there, inductance XS, so that is the stator inductance, and KE supply voltage. So here K, why we are multiplying K is, that is the per unit values we are measuring, that's what we are multiplying K. K is equal to omega M by omega MS. Braking current ISB is equal to KE by root of RB square plus KX square. That is the one thing. And braking power PB, braking torque, substituting equation 2 and equation 3 will get TB, that is the braking torque. So these are the things about braking methods. Next one, synchronous motor variable speed drives. So first one is variable frequency control method. Synchronous motor speed, so always is directly proportional to frequency. The motor speed how we can control is by varying the frequency. So as in case of induction motor, constant flux operation below base speed is achieved by operating the motor with a constant V by F ratio, which is increased at low speeds. To compensate for the stator resistance drop for higher speed, the machine is operated at a rated terminal voltage and variable frequency, right? The pull out torque decreases with the increasing in the frequency. So this is about variable frequency control. So next we'll see modes of variable frequency control. So we have two modes of variable frequency control. One is true synchronous mode, and second one is self controlled mode, also known as self synchronous mode. So in this true synchronous mode, the stator supply frequency is controlled from independent oscillator frequency. From its initial to desired, the value is changed gradually, so that the difference between synchronous speed and rotor speed is always small. The slip will be very small. So this is also rotor speed to track the changes in the synchronous speed when the desired synchronous speed is reached. So this is the true synchronous method and self control method. So self control method, what we are doing is, the motor is running at synchronous speed for all operating points. Consequently, the motor cannot pull out of the step. So hunting oscillations are eliminated. For such applications, the motor may not require a damper winding. So this is about modes of variable frequency control. So next one we'll see the variable frequency control of multiple synchronous motors. So if you have different number of drives, how we can control? So here you can see the block diagram. So we have 3 drives here. So how we are controlling the, so this is we are the 3 drives we have. So here we are using AC supply, rectifier and filter and VSI voltage source inverter. In between we are using the frequency control. Okay, so by using these things, so we are controlling the speed of the synchronous motor. So this scheme is commonly used for the control of multiple synchronous reluctance or permanent magnet motor in fiber spinning, textile and paper mills. So in paper mills and textile mills generally will use multiple drives. So multiple drives, so how we are controlling is so using variable frequency control. So variable frequency is very important to control the AC drives, right? Next one, self controlled synchronous motor drive employing load commutated transistor inverter. So here we have a one block diagram. Block diagram is having one converter, one inverter. So and at last we have one synchronous motor. So this is a synchronous motor. Here we are using AC supply. So this is rectifier. This is inverter. In between we have. So this is filter. Right. So how we are controlling this one, right? So firing angle 0 between 90 works as a line commutated fully controlled rectifier delivering positive VDS. Suppose the firing angle between 90 to 180 degrees, it works as a line commutated inverter delivering negative VDS and positive ID. So this is one thing, and converter operates as a inverter producing negative VDS and carrying positive ID for 90 at less than or equal to alpha 1 firing angle less than 180 degrees, right? So this is inverter mode. For rectifier mode, 0 less than or equal to alpha 1 less than or equal to 90 degrees, right? So this is how, when angle is between 90 to 180 degrees, it acts as an inverter. Angle is between 0 to 90 acts as a rectifier. So this is about self control synchronous motor drives employing load commutated inverter. So these points you have to explain, right? So one more is in this topic, closed loop speed control of load commutated inverter synchronous motor. This is a block diagram of load commutated inverter synchronous motor drive. So here only one thing is we need pulse delay circuit. So using pulse delay circuit we can control the speed, and so here we have two type of speeds. One is positive speed and another is negative speed. So based on the motor deceleration. Applications of this drive here is high speed high power drives for comparators, blowers, fans, pumps, conveyors, steel rolling mills, main line traction, ship propulsion and aircraft test facilities. So this is about self-controlled synchronous motor drive. So in next video we will see the starting of synchronous motor, how we are starting the synchronous motor, starting large synchronous missions, and one more topic is permanent magnet AC motor drives. Okay, so thank you everyone.